Hello friends, welcome back. Today we're pretty much gonna do a little chit chat. Get ready with me. I asked you guys to send me questions on Instagram and TikTok. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, let's just jump right to it. This is probably bad that I'm wearing this shirt because it's gonna look like I'm naked. I already prepped my face, but I haven't added primer, so I'm gonna add Milk Hydro Grip. This is my fave primer ever. I've probably have gone through like 5 or 6 bottles at this point. And by the way, I have really dry skin. I'm gonna do NARS Light Reflecting in the shade Punjab. This isn't straight up like my shade, but I feel like I can make it work. And I'll add all the makeup details on the bottom just because I'm probably gonna be chit-chatting with you guys. Let's start off with the question. First one, how did you get over your fears of wanting to post online? I feel like I kind of stopped caring. I was always someone who cared what other people thought of me, but I kind of stopped caring. One thing that did help me was creating a separate account from what I had in high school. This being Instagram, Twitter. TikTok didn't exist while I was in high school. So yeah, I just made separate accounts. I kind of removed myself from that scene. I never really had like a close bond with a lot of people, so it wasn't that hard, but I feel like it was nerve-wracking for some reason. I didn't want to lose out on opportunities just because I was scared. So I was like, you have to pick and choose. Do you want to make a career out of it, or are you always going to care about like what people think? You know what I mean? But don't get me wrong, it is like still nerve-wracking sometimes because like I can run into people and I'm like, oh my god, like they have probably seen my TikToks, like how cringe, you know? But I feel like in life you gotta be cringe to succeed. I don't regret it one bit. You get to that point in not even just your career, but in general, you're gonna be the happiest. Some setting spray. Next question. How do you know your boyfriend was the one? He's not. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, I just feel like it sounds so like cliche, but you know, like you'll know when they are. And I never really knew like what people meant by that. It's different. I was never in a relationship before I met Miguel, so like I feel like I did question it a little bit more. I'm like, is this what it's supposed to feel like? But I'm like, yes girl, like he spoils me to the max. And I'm not saying like money gives like that, but like with love, like that guy takes care of me so good. I don't really know how to explain it, but you'll know once it's there. What made you quit your job and go for social media? Was it hard? Crystal. Hello Crystal. I've only really talked about this on my lives. I've never really like made a video about it or anything, but let me give you guys a little backstory. I was working at Sephora since 2018, like September 2018-ish. And I was working there and I started doing social media the following year. I was doing Instagram, but nothing serious. When I started TikTok, November 2019 was when I got like a little bit more into it. So I was doing both at the same time along freelancing. The pandemic happened and once we came back, it just was not the same. We obviously couldn't freelance, and me, like if I was gonna be working at Sephora, it's because I wanted to be doing makeup on other people. Like I'm sorry, but I didn't really care about making sales for the company. I just loved meeting new people. I'm from Vegas, so I worked on the Strip, so I was getting a lot of tourist clients, and just being able to do like bridal makeup on them and them telling me that they came from like all these different countries, it was the highlight of my day. Like it was honestly so cool. During like that time when the mask mandate was going on, like there were so many Karens. Like there were so many times I would text Miguel after work and I was just like, dude, I'm drained. At one point I was only working Mondays because it really worked with like my freelancing and like social media schedule. There was nothing against the actual company itself. I told Miguel, I'm like, you know what, I'm not making a whole bunch from social media, but I feel like I can go full-time with freelancing. Sometimes you just gotta pressure yourself and give yourself like that little push to do it. It kind of all worked out. I made more money freelancing at that time. I wasn't really making a lot from social media, but it worked out. I feel like I look back and I'm like, dude, why did I even quit at that time? Like I was making no money from social media. But I think sometimes you just gotta stop relying so much on like one thing. So like me being like Sephora, like I was really relying on like that paycheck every 2 weeks. But me not having that, I feel like it pushed me harder to like actually go for what I actually loved, which is social media. Okay, someone asked some of your pet peeves. Girl, I feel like I have to think about this one good. Girl, you know which one's like one of my biggest pet peeves? Is repeating myself. And I think I just take this one personal, like it's not even that bad. If I have to repeat myself, I would get it one time, but if I have to do it like more than once, I'm just like, are you not paying attention to me? But you know what, at the same time too, I make people repeat themselves a lot, so like I can't really judge too much because I am on the other side too, you know what I mean? I really hate that I'm like that though. Oh my god, you know what's one of my biggest pet peeves on social media? Like, I feel like no one on TikTok checks the captions. I will put all the details from foundation to lip gloss to lashes, everything. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I don't do it. I get it in those situations. I even made one the other day where I put the details and the brushes. Not something that like it makes me mad, but I'm just like, girl, it took me so long to do this. But que se lo va a hacer, you know? You live in Vegas. Do you ever go to casinos? I lost like $400 this weekend. For those who don't know, I was born and raised here in Vegas, and believe it or not, I've only been gambling I think like maybe 2-3 times. I've gone a few times with like friends, but like me actually playing in las maquinitas, I think I've done it twice. The last time I did it, remember, I lost like, I think it was like 40 or 50 bucks. I'm not someone who puts a lot in because I'm too scared. And I ended up losing it, and then my cousin's like, here, I'm gonna give you 20 bucks, and I was like, dude, no, like I don't really care about playing, but his girl was playing, so he's like, nah, just take it. I ended up taking it, and I won I think like $90, and then I just ended up using that money to, I think we went either to a hockey game the next day. No, it wasn't a hockey game. Well, it was something, but I used it towards tickets for something else, so it was nice. Okay, next question. Do you believe, girl, why can't I read? Do you believe in dating a few people at once, or give your time to one person only and take a chance? I know cada quien es diferente. I guess like I can't really judge the other side, like dating a few people at the same time, just because I never did it. But for me, it was just like I wanted to focus on one person and one person only. Like that's always just been my mentality, and nothing, like I said, nothing against the other way. I just can't speak from that experience. But I feel like when I meet someone, I just want to really get to know them and them only. That's really it. Like, I feel like this one is just like an easy yes and no. Have you ever met a rude influencer? If so, how'd it go? You don't have to say the name. Or girl, I know who. I'm just kidding. I haven't met that many influencers, and I'm really hoping that like I don't ever run into anyone that like is completely different from like the persona they show on social media. But gracias a Dios, I haven't. How do you get out of your comfort zone and make friends? I feel like I need to ask myself the same thing. I don't want to sound like a broken record, and I don't want it to sound like I'm constantly like complaining about this, but I'm someone who is very like socially awkward. It takes me a while to like really chit chat with someone, or like just, yeah, get comfortable with someone. So like literally when I met Noemi and Blanca, maybe like a few hours after, I told her, I was like, dude, I was like literally pooping my pants when you guys were coming over, because I'm like, dude, I'm like, ellas ya se conocían, and like obviously they're hella cool, son comadres. I'm like, what if they think I'm like weird or awkward, and like I don't know. They're like, no dude, like you are not like that. So I feel like I also overthink it, but the way that I've always gone about like making friends is I love to compliment people. It's like, oh dude, I love your shoes. And then usually like they will tell you like, oh my god, I love your bag. And they'll tell you like a little story or something. Like it's just so easy to go off of that. And like I'm never lying about it either. But la verdad, I've never had a lot of friends. Like I've never had a big friend group or stuff like that. So that I can't really like explain too much. But you just gotta be yourself, and then like the right people will come your way. Yeah, I'm still working on making friends. First, I need to figure out what blush I want to do. I think I had said I want to do like peachy vibes. How did you and Miguel first meet? So I feel like a lot of people think that we met like when we were 21, when we started dating. But long story short, I've been knowing Miguel since we were in high school. I think we were sophomores. I think we were like 16-ish. He hit me up. We can't remember if it was Instagram or Twitter. I kind of feel like it was Twitter. I no longer have that account, so like I can't look back at messages or anything. Same with him. And then yeah, salí en una quinceañera, and I told him, I was like, hey, you should come. So yeah, he went, and that's where I met him. So this is where we took this picture. We're literally babies there. He went, and then like from then like we started just like, you know, like we had a little crush on each other. We started talking and stuff. It didn't work out. Actually, my parents found out that I was like talking to him, and I got in so much trouble, girl. Yeah, that was a whole other thing. We stopped having like communication in high school, and then after high school I saw him like maybe a few times, My brother-in-law is very close to him. Like, we would chit chat every now and then, but it was never like flirty. It was just like friendly. When my sister and her husband got married, they actually asked me like, hey, are you okay with him coming to the wedding? Now in my head, I'm like, yeah, he can come, but he can't bring a +1. And we had to like started like talking again during that time. So like we would hang out. Like I went with him to go look for his outfit for the wedding. And it kind of just happened. Like to this day, we can't figure out like, did we ever have a conversation to like say like, what are we? That literally never happened. We just started going on dates and it just happened. And I think like God's timing is always right. And yeah, we've been together for 3.5 years now. So when will you visit Nayarit? I'm from Ixtlan too. Love that. I went in December and that was such a fun trip, but I don't know if I'll be going anytime soon. I feel like this year is probably like a little too busy. We're going to Europe in the fall for my sister's 30th birthday, and then we have a bachelorette this summer. So I feel like it's 2 big trips. I don't know if we'll go, but quién sabe, maybe like maybe a long weekend type of trip. But I do enjoy going out there. More than anything, I just love going to the beach. But yeah, hopefully se puede hacer como a little small trip with my family and stuff, because Miguel loves going. Hopefully, pero quién sabe. Next one is just like a short one. Enséñanos tu producto para aclarar los dientes. I see a big change. First of all, thank you, dude. I feel so confident with my smile now. I did finish my Invisalign, for those who don't know. And before getting the composite bonding, they did tell me that they wanted me to whiten my teeth. So me regalaron el teeth whitening. And se llama Lumi Bright. I'll put a picture right here. Se me hace que lo puedes encontrar en Amazon. Y se me hace que no lo tienen en Prime, pero lo venden ahí. But dude, it worked hella good. I would put it inside my Invisalign tray. I thought my teeth were gonna get hella sensitive, but no. For the eyes, I think I want to use the new MAC palette. This is the Connect and Clear Unfiltered Nudes. This palette is so beautiful. Hello, I love it. We'll use this. Okay, let's choose a new question. How do you keep being you, parentheses, sweetheart, after being exposed to social media or people so mean? Okay, so pretty much, how do you keep being nice, like, after being exposed to a lot of mean people on social media? I feel like I get a question similar to this pretty often, and honestly, that means a lot. I just feel like you gotta have really thick skin to do social media. There's a lot of mean, cruel people on here that literally just thrive off of seeing other people sad, and it really sucks that it's like that. Lo que me ha metido a la cabeza es que mucha de esta gente no te lo va a decir en la cara. Like, they say it so confidently because they're behind a screen. Those bullies online, they are never gonna be better than you. They're never gonna be prettier than you. They are never gonna be more successful than you. Someone who's truly happy is not going to bully you. Someone who's truly happy is not going to sit there and write something negative towards you. If I go on TikTok and I see something I don't like let's say I see a girl styling an outfit and I'm like, oh, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, I don't like this outfit. I feel like now I've just tried to tell myself, like, don't take things too personal. There's always going to be cruel people in this world, and if you pay too much attention, you're not going to grow. You got this, girl. To anyone who's watching this and is thinking about doing social media, just go in there thinking like, yeah, there's going to be mean people. I'm not going to let them stop me from following my dreams or, you know, like my passion, whatever it is. And if you're ever one of those little bullies online, and let this be the video that changes your mind, it's not worth it. A lot of people are more sensitive, and you never know what people are going through. I just realized I'm going through these questions pretty fast and no tengo tantas. Okay, this one's a good one. How did your makeup journey begin? So after high school, I'm class of 2016, started my Instagram page. I think you could probably still find it on Instagram. I'm not going to tell you the but maybe you can find it. She's a little cringy. But anyways, I started posting my makeup looks on there. I kind of don't like that color. Yeah, we're going to add another color on the lid because I don't like that. It's a little too frosty looking for me. Hold up. So yeah, I started posting my makeup looks 2016. I was at UNLV at that time, and I would go to school with like these full glams. I started freelancing around that time too, that I started my Instagram account. Anyways, going back to, I was doing 3 semesters at UNLV, and I told my parents, I was like, you know what, I kind of want to go to makeup school and get my license. And my mom's a cosmetologist, my older sister's a cosmetologist. We're all in the beauty field, and they were like, no, just stay at UNLV, like when you're done with your career then you can go. But I'm like, no, like I want to do it right now. I was like really into makeup, and they're like, okay, but if you go you have to stay at both. And I was like, dude, how am I gonna do full-time UNLV, full-time makeup school, and then still freelance on the weekends? I don't know how I did it, but I did it. And finishing makeup school, I got my job at Sephora. And I told my parents, I'm like, yeah, I cannot do both. Yeah, it was super hard to balance. And luckily at that point, they were very understanding. They could tell like how into makeup I was. So they were like, yeah, it's okay. Like you can just stick to makeup. And that kind of just happened. Like, it goes back to the same story I was telling you guys earlier, that making that Sephora from September of 2018 to January 2021. And yeah, that was pretty much it. But I'm very thankful for the choices I made, because I don't know if I could see myself as a teacher right now. Dude, I just found out that Starbucks has an macadamia nut cold foam, I think it's called, and I want to go get some. I'm kind of thinking about doing a brown waterline in the... What, girl? Speak English. I'm thinking of doing a brown liner in the waterline. I'm like, let me try to put this real quick. I'm sorry if you can hear the vacuum in the background. I like the shade of it. It's like a true brown. Okay, next question. What is the best compliment you've ever received? I feel like I don't have one compliment that I really like remember being given or something like that, but one compliment that I like a lot, it would be that they like my name. I feel like I get a lot of compliments on my name. It always feels so good. They're like, oh, that name is so beautiful, or like, I love that it's like from the Bible. Or I feel like the fact that I also use it with my social media and stuff makes it just a little bit more meaningful, because no one from my family calls me Genesis. Everyone in my family calls me Brianna, so my name is Genesis Brianna. I was kind of scared to do a big lash, but I'm kind of feeling it. I'm using the MUA lash in Heather, which looks like this in the packaging. It's my friend's brand. Her lashes are bomb. What was your first ever eyeshadow look? So, la verdad, I don't remember my first ever eyeshadow look, but I can show you guys some of my first ever eyeshadow looks that I posted on my Instagram page. These are all from 2016, so I was like around 18-ish, maybe about to be 19. I was really into The Weeknd at that time. I was really into the Starboy album. I think I even did one inspired by the Post Malone album. It's so cringy to see, because I'm like, I love that I had the confidence back then to post these. I really thought I was good back then. These lashes are so pretty. The last question. First of all, hello, I've been following you since day one. My heart. Thank you, Meredith. What is one advice you give to start your own TikTok page? Number one, consistency is key. Me personally, if I go onto someone's page and they don't really post, I'm not gonna follow them. Like, cause I want to know that they're consistent, and I'm gonna see more of them, you know? I would also say to just be yourself. Like, I can't tell you like, oh, you need to post this, you need to post that, because there's so many different types of accounts. Also, I find that on TikTok, the randomest videos go viral. So sometimes the ones you try on a lot or take a lot of time on, those don't even do great. For example, one time I posted a Kindle, me literally putting on a clear case on a Kindle, and I got like over 500,000 views. And I'm like, girl, I literally made that video in like 30 seconds. Like, what the hell? I just think you gotta post what you think is right, what you think is good. And sometimes that video blows up like 5 weeks later. I've always told you guys on lives, like, if you guys ever need my advice, my DMs are always open. Like, I'm here to help. I was at 0 at one point, so I'm always here to help. And I'm not a professional, but like, I probably have been through some things that I can like help you guys with, so yeah. But okay, me voy a ir a peinar and then I will be right back. I do have a hair tutorial already on this on TikTok, so I will link it in the description. Okay, hair is done. A little moment for the makeup. First of all, I want to show you really quick how good it came out today. I think this is the nicest I've done it with that thermal curler from Amazon. But yeah, this is the finished makeup look. I hope you guys learned some new things about me in this video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this look, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!